Good afternoon. It's about 2.5 hours to market close. We are still on Monday, July the 14th. I thought it might be interesting to make a comparison between a bear call and a bear put spread. The bear call is a credit spread, the bear put is a debit spread. Most of the time, I would prefer the bear call, but I think this might be useful. Let's take a look. Now, anytime that you're doing a spread, you're doing a directional trade. If you have a lot of confidence in your forecast, you can go with strike prices that are really close to where we're currently trading. If you've got less confidence in it, you'd go further away. The closer you get, the better your reward to risk ratio, but the greater the likelihood you'll have a losing trade. The further away your strike prices, the greater the likelihood of a winning trade, but the worse the reward to risk ratio. So you kind of have to weigh those two out. Now, I've got Applied Materials up here. I kind of cut off the name so you can't see it. A concern, it has been in a little bit of an uptrend. I'd rather it wasn't. And the timing isn't absolutely perfect. I have two indicators here. The moving average convergence divergence, that is peaked and is turning over. A stronger signal would be for it to break the midline. And we've been in the overbought area for a while here on our stochastic. It would be safer to wait until we break below the upper 80 bound. So I'm pushing this a little bit, but this is mostly for education. This is a paper money account, so we'll go with it. Okay, I have here an options chain for Applied Materials. This, as you can see, the expiration is this coming Friday. I like to do shorter time frames so I can hold your attention better. More aggressive, and we will go more aggressive, would be to sell the strike that is closer and buy the strike that is further away. Now, I would do that no matter whether I'm doing the debit spread or the credit spread. So I'm going to use a strike of 200 and 202.5. So let's first build the bear call. I'm going to sell, and then I'm going to buy, and then I'm going to try and get this to where you can actually see what is going on. Okay. So let's go now to get a visual of it. So like most spreads, you've got a capped loss, you've got a capped gain. We are starting off, if it didn't move at all, we would make our money. The stock price, as you can see, is at 198.26. Okay? So that is what our bear call looks like. We'll go ahead and send that order. All right. Now let's build the debit spread. So again, we're going to sell the 200 strike. We're going to purchase the 202.5. And again, I'm going to try and make it actually visible for you. Okay. Now let's get a visual of it. So I'm going over to the risk profile. And I'm going to take away the trade that we just filled. Okay. Notice that the payoff profile looks pretty much the same. Okay. So which one would we like the best? Well, I'm going to try and get this one to fill as well. But there's two things that we would consider. I'm not trying to copy the trade, I'm trying to send it. There we go. Okay, hopefully that one will fill shortly. And it did. Okay, so if we look at our bear call, and we look at what we brought in. We brought in 250, and now looking at the long call, we paid out 168. So the difference between those two is the maximum that we could make. With the debit spread, it's a little bit different because we're got the more expensive one that we're buying, so we paid out 555. We brought in 395. So we take the difference between those two, just doing it in my head, I think that gets us to 160. We then take the difference between that and our spread. So our spread is 250. We paid out 160. So our max profit is 90 cents. And if we're right, we have to pay a commission to get out of the trade. Now, if we look at the credit spread, we brought in the 256. We paid out 168. A little bit harder to do that one in my head, but 32 cents would get us to $2, and then 32 cents added to 56 would be 88. Now that's the absolute most that we could make. But if we're right about the trade, we do not have to spend 2 commissions to close the trade. So ponder that, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Talk to you then. Have a great day in the meantime. Bye for now.